Life is full of noise, distractions, and people who want to pull you down. But here's the thing, your peace is precious. It's the foundation of everything you do. You don't need to respond to every jab, every insult, or every negative comment. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is ignore it. Let them talk. Let them scream. You know where you're going, and their opinions have nothing to do with it. You see, silence is not a weakness. It's a strength. When you choose to stay silent in the face of adversity, you're telling the world that you're not bothered. You've got bigger things to focus on. You're telling them that their words hold no power over you. And that, my friend, is true strength. But here's the key, it's not just about ignoring. It's about smiling. When they try to tear you down, you smile. Not because it's easy, but because it's your way of showing them you're unshaken. A smile is a reminder to yourself that you are in control. It's your way of saying, you can't take my joy. You can't take my peace. But what about all the negativity that comes your way? What do you do with that? You move on. Don't waste your time holding on to bitterness or grudges. Don't carry around the weight of what they said or did. It will only slow you down. You've got a vision, a purpose, and your future is waiting for you. The past, it's gone. Let it go. When people criticize you, when they judge you, don't let it shake your foundation. Their opinions are just that, opinions. They don't define you, you define you. You choose your path. You decide what you'll do with your time and energy. No one else has that power unless you hand it to them. Your vision is yours. Don't let anyone distract you from it. Keep your focus on where you're headed, not on what others think of you. You know who you are and what you're capable of. Let that drive you. The world can try to pull you off track, but you've got the power to stay the course. Remember this, the world will always be noisy. People will always try to bring their chaos into your life, but you don't have to let it in. Rise above it. Stay grounded. Keep your mind clear. You're on a mission, and nothing can stop you if you don't let it. Finally, never forget you control your response. You get to decide how you react to the world around you. Will you let their negativity dictate your mood? Or will you ignore it, smile, and keep moving forward? The choice is yours. And when you make the choice to ignore, smile, and move on, you unlock a power that nothing and no one can take away from you. So remember, ignore the noise, smile in the face of adversity, and keep moving forward. Because you are unstoppable. This speech embodies the themes of strength, focus, and resilience, delivered with a tone of confidence and clarity. Mastering your peace is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. In a world that is constantly moving, constantly demanding, and constantly pulling at your attention, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The noise, the distractions, the negative energy that people bring it can all chip away at your inner calm if you let it. But here's the thing, your peace is your responsibility, and you have the power to protect it. Every day, life will present challenges. There will be people who try to provoke you, situations that make you uncomfortable, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. And in those moments, it's easy to get caught up in the drama, to engage with negativity, to let your emotions take control. But that's where you have to take a step back and recognize that not everything demands your attention. Not every comment deserves your reaction. You don't owe the world an emotional response to every little thing that happens around you. You see, when you allow yourself to be dragged into the chaos, when you let every little issue get under your skin, you're losing a part of your peace. You're handing over your power. But when you choose to rise above, when you choose to remain calm, even in the face of adversity, that's when you're truly in control. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about realizing that you don't have to engage with every challenge. Some battles are better left untouched. Some people are better left unacknowledged. Mastering your peace means not letting outside forces control how you feel. It's about building an internal fortress that no one can penetrate. The world will always have something to say, someone will always have an opinion about what you're doing, and things will go wrong. But your peace, your inner calm, is yours to protect. The more you practice this, the stronger your peace becomes until it's unshakable. This is why silence is such a powerful tool. In the face of criticism, in the face of conflict, choosing silence is an act of strength. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to prove a point to anyone. Silence is not weakness, it's self-control. It's an acknowledgement that you are above the drama and the noise. When you stay silent, you are sending a message: I don't need to react. I don't need to argue. I have bigger things to focus on. And by doing that, you maintain your peace. Sometimes the world will test you, but it's important to remember that your peace is not for sale. It's not something you give away freely to anyone who demands it. When you learn to control your responses, when you learn that not everything deserves your energy, you protect the most valuable asset you have: your peace. And in that peace, you find the clarity to move forward, the strength to rise above, and the wisdom to know that some things are just not worth your time. Embracing the power of silence is one of the most profound tools you can wield in the pursuit of peace, success, and emotional strength. In a world that thrives on noise, chaos, and constant interaction, silence can seem uncomfortable or even unnatural. But silence is not the absence of sound, it's the presence of control, strength, and clarity. It's a conscious decision to create space where there once was noise, to retreat from the clamor of the world, and to reclaim your focus and energy. There's power in saying nothing. People often think that in order to be heard, they must always speak, always react, and always defend their position. But the truth is, sometimes the loudest thing you can do is nothing at all. When you choose silence in the face of negativity, criticism, or confrontation, you are asserting your dominance over the situation. You're not just refusing to engage, you are telling the world that their words, their actions, or their opinions don't have the power to move you. Silence is your way of saying that you're not going to lower yourself to the level of drama, but you will rise above it. Choosing silence doesn't mean you are weak or passive. In fact, it takes immense strength to remain quiet when the world expects a reaction from you. People will try to provoke you, to test your limits, and to push your buttons. They want you to react because it gives them a sense of control. But silence is a form of resistance. It is an act of refusal to give them the satisfaction of pulling you into their chaos. You refuse to let their actions dictate your emotions, and that, my friend, is power. In silence, there is also space for introspection. When you stop speaking, when you stop reacting to everything around you, you give yourself the opportunity to listen to your own thoughts, to your inner voice, and to your instincts. It's in those quiet moments that you can hear the truth, the direction you should be heading, and the wisdom that's already within you. When we're constantly speaking, constantly reacting, constantly engaged, we drown out the voice of reason, the voice of calm, the voice that knows where we need to go. Silence also strengthens your boundaries. People can only take as much from you as you allow. When you speak too much, when you explain yourself too often, when you give away all your energy in every conversation, you leave yourself vulnerable. But when you embrace silence, you teach others that your time, your energy, and your thoughts are valuable. You don't have to justify your choices. You don't have to defend your actions. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Silence creates that boundary, protecting your mental and emotional space. Moreover, silence allows you to respond with intention. Too often, we speak in haste, reacting out of anger, frustration, or hurt. We say things we don't mean or speak before we fully understand the situation. But when you choose silence, you give yourself the gift of time. You give yourself space to think, to process, and to choose a response that aligns with your values, your purpose, and your peace. Your words then become more deliberate, more thoughtful, and more impactful. They carry weight because they are measured and not a knee-jerk reaction to external pressure. And let's not forget that silence can be a source of connection. In a world that's always trying to fill every moment with noise, silence becomes rare and therefore meaningful. Sometimes simply sitting in silence with someone is more powerful than 1,000 words. Silence allows room for understanding, for deeper connection. It creates space for empathy and reflection. You don't always need to fill the silence with words. Sometimes silence says everything that needs to be said. To embrace the power of silence is to recognize that your worth and your strength are not defined by how much you speak or how often you engage. The power lies in knowing when to remain quiet, when to hold your peace, and when to use your silence as a tool for personal growth, for connection, and for the preservation of your energy. It's not about being passive, it's about being intentional, being strong enough to stand in your truth without the need to explain it to anyone. When you embrace silence, you reclaim your power, and you unlock a deeper level of wisdom and strength that cannot be taken away by the noise of the world. Choosing your battles wisely is a fundamental principle for navigating life with purpose and clarity. In a world full of distractions, challenges, and constant demands on your time and energy, not every situation deserves your full attention or your emotional investment. Life will constantly present you with opportunities to engage, to fight, to defend yourself or your ideas. But here's the truth: not every challenge is worth your time. Not every conflict is worth your energy. And not every person who crosses your path is worth your reaction. When you choose your battles wisely, you are, in essence, making a decision to protect your energy, to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being, and to stay focused on what truly matters. It's about understanding that you have limited resources, time, energy, attention, and using them in the most productive, meaningful ways possible. Every battle you choose to engage in will cost you something: your peace, your focus, your time. So the question is, what are you willing to spend that on? Choosing your battles doesn't mean avoiding confrontation altogether. Life is full of moments when standing your ground is necessary, when defending your beliefs, protecting your values, or standing up for others is essential. However, wisdom lies in knowing when to engage and when to walk away. Not every insult, not every disagreement, not every negative encounter needs to be turned into a battle. Sometimes the greatest strength you can show is the ability to walk away with your head held high, not lowering yourself to engage in something beneath you. Part of this decision comes from understanding your goals and your purpose. When you know where you're headed and what you're trying to achieve, it becomes easier to discern what deserves your attention. If something or someone is trying to pull you off course, ask yourself, is this worth it? Does engaging with this bring me closer to where I want to be? If the answer is no, then you already know it's a battle you don't need to fight. Your purpose and your vision for your life will always be the guiding compass in making these decisions. If a conflict or challenge doesn't align with your purpose, it's simply a distraction that can be left behind. Choosing your battles wisely also means knowing when to let go of pride. Sometimes people will try to get under your skin or challenge your position, and the instinct is to defend yourself, to prove that you are right, to make sure they know you won't back down. But here's the reality: sometimes letting go of the need to be right is the most liberating thing you can do. There's no honor in winning every argument, especially when it doesn't serve you or your future. It's okay to walk away from a discussion, knowing that not every conversation needs to be a confrontation. The more you cling to being right, the more energy you waste on things that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. There is also great power in recognizing when silence is the best response. In many situations, saying nothing at all can be more powerful than any words you could speak. Silence allows you to remain grounded, to avoid unnecessary conflict, and to show that you are above petty arguments or distractions. By choosing silence, you assert that the situation does not have the power to sway you, that you are confident enough to stay calm and unaffected. This is not passive avoidance, this is a deliberate choice to preserve your energy for battles that matter. In the end, choosing your battles wisely requires wisdom, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. It's not always about being the loudest or most aggressive in every situation. It's about knowing when to fight and when to walk away. It's about understanding your worth, your values, and your goals, and aligning your actions with them. When you choose wisely, you conserve your energy for the moments that truly require it, and you preserve your peace for the battles that really matter, those that move you closer to your dreams, that help you grow, and that bring you closer to your purpose. By choosing your battles wisely, you protect your energy, focus on what truly matters, and gain the strength and clarity needed to achieve the success you desire. Smiling in the face of adversity is one of the most powerful tools you can possess in your journey through life. It may seem counterintuitive, especially when you're facing challenges that feel overwhelming or unfair, but there is strength in choosing to smile, even in the most difficult of circumstances. A smile in the face of hardship is not a sign of weakness or denial. It is a sign of resilience, of inner strength, and of your ability to control how you respond to the world around you. Adversity is a part of life. Everyone experiences it in some form. Life will test you in countless ways, whether it's through personal struggles, professional challenges, or unexpected setbacks. It can feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, and in those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, discouraged, or even broken. But here's the thing, adversity doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. And smiling, even when it feels impossible, is one of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset and take back control. When you smile in the face of adversity, you are telling the world that no matter what happens, you refuse to be broken. You are refusing to let circumstances dictate your emotional state or your spirit. It's a declaration that you are in charge of how you respond. And no challenge, no matter how big or small, can steal your inner peace. That smile becomes your armor, your shield against the negativity that may try to surround you. It doesn't mean you're ignoring the problem or pretending it's not difficult. It means you are choosing to rise above it. A smile in times of struggle is an act of defiance against the darkness. It's the refusal to allow hardship to rob you of your joy, your confidence, and your belief in a brighter future. It's the knowledge that no matter how tough things get, you will continue to move forward, one step at a time. It may not feel like much in the moment, but that smile, however small, is a declaration of strength. It says, I've been through tough times before, and I will get through this one too. Smiling also has the power to change your mindset. When you smile, your brain releases chemicals like endorphins and serotonin, natural mood lifters that help counteract stress and anxiety. So even if your heart feels heavy and your mind is filled with doubt, that simple act of smiling can help shift your energy and perception. You're not just faking it, you're actively reprogramming your mind to stay positive, to focus on the good, and to embrace the opportunities hidden within challenges. Moreover, a smile has the power to influence others around you. People will notice your attitude in times of adversity. They will see that, while the storm may be raging, you remain calm, steady, and resolute. Your smile becomes a source of inspiration to others, showing them that it's possible to stay strong in the face of difficulty. Sometimes your smile is not just for you, it's a beacon of hope for those who are watching you, who might also be struggling in their own way. It reminds them that no matter how tough life gets, there is always room for hope, and there is always a way to move forward with grace. Of course, smiling through adversity doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about finding the courage to keep moving, even when you don't feel like it. It's about refusing to be paralyzed by fear, doubt, or sadness. It's about embracing the strength within you, knowing that the difficult moments will pass and that you will come out stronger on the other side. Every smile in the face of adversity is an affirmation of your resilience. It's a reminder to yourself that you are capable, that you can overcome whatever challenges are placed in front of you. It's a moment of power that says, this may be hard, but I am harder. It's the courage to show up, to keep fighting, to keep striving toward your goals, even when the road ahead seems unclear. In the end, smiling in the face of adversity is a practice of perseverance and self-love. It's about learning to find peace, even in the storm. It's about choosing to rise above the noise, the chaos, and the difficulties, knowing that your smile is a reflection of your inner strength. It says that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you'll get back up smiling, standing tall, and ready to face whatever comes next. Understanding the power of moving on is one of the most liberating and transformative lessons you can learn in life. Moving on is not simply about leaving the past behind, it's about acknowledging it, accepting it, and then choosing to step forward with strength and clarity. The ability to move on, especially after difficult or painful experiences, is what separates those who stay stuck from those who grow and thrive. We all face moments in life when things don't go as planned. Relationships end, opportunities are lost, dreams are delayed, and sometimes we're faced with the heartbreaking reality that things have changed in ways we didn't foresee. In these moments, it's natural to feel a sense of grief, disappointment, or even anger. However, if we stay anchored to those past hurts, we allow them to dictate the direction of our future. The key to reclaiming your power is understanding that moving on is not about forgetting, it's about freeing yourself from the weight of what no longer serves you. The first step in the process of moving on is acceptance. You have to accept that life is fluid and ever-changing, and that things are not always going to work out in the way you envisioned. This acceptance doesn't mean you're giving up or settling for less, it means you're choosing to stop fighting the inevitable. When you accept the reality of your situation, you release the emotional grip that the past has on you. You stop holding on to regrets, resentments, and what-ifs. This acceptance allows you to create the space you need to move forward. One of the most powerful aspects of moving on is that it frees you from being defined by your past. When you're constantly looking back, you become stuck in the narrative of who you were, what you lost, or the things that went wrong. Moving on allows you to redefine yourself, to embrace new possibilities, and to write a new story. It's a declaration that you are not bound by past mistakes, failures, or disappointments. Your future is still unwritten, and you have the power to shape it no matter what's behind you. Moving on is also about emotional healing. Holding on to past wounds keeps you in a state of emotional turmoil. It prevents you from experiencing joy and peace because you're constantly reliving the pain. Healing, however, happens when you make the conscious decision to let go of the past's hold on you. It's a gradual process, but it begins with forgiveness both of yourself and others. Holding on to grudges and bitterness doesn't hurt the person you're angry at, it only harms you. By forgiving and letting go, you reclaim your emotional health and your ability to move forward with a renewed sense of hope and optimism. Another aspect of moving on is recognizing that life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Time marches forward, whether you're ready or not, and the world keeps turning. Every moment you spend stuck in the past is a moment you could have spent building a brighter future. When you understand that life is always moving, you realize that the best thing you can do is to move with it. Waiting for the perfect moment to let go, or for the pain to fully subside, often means waiting for something that may never come. You don't have to have all the answers or feel fully healed to move forward. Sometimes you just have to trust that the act of moving on itself will lead you to the growth, clarity, and opportunities you need. Moving on also involves setting boundaries with the past. This could mean distancing yourself from people, places, or situations that remind you of the hurt or loss you've experienced. It's about protecting your peace and creating a space where you can heal and grow. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others, they are about saying yes to yourself. By setting boundaries, you are asserting that your peace and well-being matter, and that you are no longer willing to sacrifice your future happiness for the sake of holding on to what's no longer serving you. One of the most powerful realizations about moving on is that it's an act of self-love. Choosing to move forward is an act of putting yourself first of honoring your worth, and of giving yourself the opportunity to thrive. When you choose to move on, you are saying to yourself, I deserve more than being weighed down by the past. I deserve a chance to create something new, to grow, and to live fully. You are giving yourself permission to embrace a future full of possibilities, where you are no longer shackled by the experiences or people who have tried to hold you back. And perhaps the most important aspect of moving on is that it's a choice. No one can force you to move on. It's something only you can do for yourself. But once you make that decision, once you commit to leaving behind what's holding you back, you open up the possibility for new experiences, new relationships, and new opportunities. It's a decision that empowers you to take control of your life and your happiness no matter what has happened in the past. In the end, moving on isn't about erasing the past. It's about learning from it, growing from it, and then choosing to step forward with strength, courage, and hope. When you understand the power of moving on, you realize that you are never truly stuck. You are always capable of choosing a new path, creating a new story, and becoming the person you were meant to be. Moving on is not an end, it's a beginning. And it's the key to unlocking the freedom and joy that life has to offer. Don't let their opinions define you. It's a simple yet powerful statement, one that carries with it the weight of personal freedom and self-empowerment. Far too often, we allow the opinions of others to shape how we see ourselves, how we make decisions, and how we live our lives. But here's the truth, the only opinion that should matter to you is your own. When you allow the voices and judgments of others to dictate your actions, you surrender your power and your ability to live authentically. The world is filled with critics, people who will tell you what you should do, who you should be, and how you should live. But those opinions are not your truth, and they do not define who you are or what you are capable of achieving. From the moment we are born, we are bombarded with the opinions of others. Parents, teachers, peers, colleagues, even strangers, everyone seems to have something to say about who we are, how we should behave, and what we should want out of life. These opinions can come in many forms: direct criticism, unsolicited advice, praise, judgment, or even expectations. And while constructive feedback is valuable, when we begin to take every opinion personally, when we start to believe that everyone else knows what's best for us, we lose sight of our own voice. We start to live according to others' definitions of success, happiness, and worth. But we cannot truly live our lives this way because no one else has the full picture of who we are, what we want, or what we're capable of. The reality is that the people who offer their opinions are coming from their own perspectives, shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and limitations. Their opinions are often more about them than they are about you. When someone criticizes you or tries to tell you who you should be, it often has nothing to do with your worth or potential, and everything to do with their own biases, fears, or insecurities. They may be projecting their own limitations onto you, or they may simply be giving advice based on their own life experiences, which frankly may not apply to your situation at all. This is why it's so important not to let other people's opinions define you. You have to understand that you are the author of your own story. No one else gets to write your narrative. When you place too much value on the opinions of others, you give up the power to create the life you truly desire. You may start making decisions based on what will please others, rather than what aligns with your own values, goals, and desires. You may start down a path that isn't yours simply because someone else told you it was the right one. And as a result, you will feel disconnected from yourself, from your purpose, and from the life you are meant to live. One of the most damaging effects of allowing others' opinions to control your life is that it undermines your self-confidence. When you are constantly seeking validation from others, you start to question your own instincts, your abilities, and your worth. You stop trusting yourself. You might become afraid to make decisions, fearing that someone will criticize you or judge you for not doing things their way. But the truth is, the only opinion you need to seek is your own. You have the power to decide what's best for you, to trust your inner wisdom, and to follow your own path. It's also important to recognize that opinions are fleeting. Today, someone might think you're on the right track, and tomorrow they might doubt your every move. This inconsistency can be draining if you allow it to control you. People's opinions can change with the wind, depending on their mood, their experiences, or their understanding of a situation. You can never truly rely on the approval or disapproval of others to guide you through life, because their opinions are always shifting. What they think of you today may not be what they think of you tomorrow, and so on. The only constant in your life should be your own sense of self. The power of choosing not to let others' opinions define you is that it allows you to stand firm in your own identity. It gives you the freedom to embrace your uniqueness, to pursue your passions, and to live in alignment with your values. It means making choices that feel right for you, even if they don't make sense to others. It's about living authentically, unapologetically, and with confidence. When you stop seeking external approval and validation, you tap into an inner strength and clarity that guides you toward your true purpose. And here's the thing, no one has lived your life except you. No one knows what you've been through, what you've overcome, or what you are capable of achieving. You are the only person who truly understands the desires of your heart, the dreams that fuel your soul, and the lessons you've learned along the way. You are the only person who can define your success, your happiness, and your worth. So stop giving other people's opinions more power than they deserve. Their opinions are just that, opinions. They don't hold the truth about who you are or who you're becoming. Instead of letting others' opinions define you, take the time to listen to your own voice. Tune into your intuition, your heart, and your instincts. Trust yourself, because you are the expert on your own life. When you begin to trust your own judgment and stop seeking approval from others, you'll feel more confident, more fulfilled, and more in control of your destiny. You'll realize that the only approval you truly need is your own. You'll understand that the opinions of others are just noise, and that your own voice is the one that matters most. At the end of the day, the most important opinion is the one you have of yourself. Your opinion is the one that should guide you, shape you, and propel you forward. Don't let anyone else's thoughts or judgments dim your light. Don't let them decide who you are or who you should become. You are worthy of living a life that's true to yourself. And when you stop letting others' opinions control your story, you'll unlock the power to create a life that is uniquely yours. Focusing on your vision is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward creating the life you truly desire. It's about being so clear and so intentional about where you want to go that nothing can distract you, shake your confidence, or derail your plans. Your vision is the guiding light that leads you through the darkness, the roadmap that shows you where to go when the path is unclear. It's the purpose that fuels every action you take and gives you the determination to push through when obstacles arise. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of your vision. You may get caught up in the noise of what everyone else is doing, in the distractions of social media, or in the constant need to meet other people's expectations. It's easy to get sidetracked by the challenges and setbacks that life throws your way, or by the opinions of others that try to steer you off course. But the moment you lose focus on your vision, you lose sight of your potential. When you are not actively working toward your vision, you are merely going through the motions of life, reacting to circumstances instead of creating your own destiny. To focus on your vision is to make a conscious decision every single day to keep your eyes on what matters most to you. It's about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with your goals. When your vision is clear, every decision you make becomes easier. You know what you're working for, you know what you want to achieve, and you understand that every choice brings you either closer to or further away from that vision. Your vision is unique to you, and it should be. It's not about following someone else's dreams or adopting someone else's idea of success. It's about creating a vision that resonates with your true desires, one that aligns with your values, passions, and purpose. Your vision should light you up, excite you, and inspire you to keep going even when things get tough. It's not just a goal or a wish, it's a powerful force that drives you to become the best version of yourself and to create the life you deserve. The challenge, however, is that we often let the external world cloud our vision. We start doubting ourselves when things don't go as planned or when others question our choices. The noise of the world can sometimes drown out the clarity we need to stay focused. That's when it's essential to take a step back, to reconnect with your vision, and to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Your vision is your North Star, the one thing that will always guide you, even when everything else around you feels uncertain. Staying focused on your vision requires discipline and perseverance. It's easy to get distracted by the bright lights of instant gratification, by things that seem urgent or important in the moment but don't really align with your long-term goals. It takes courage to say no to distractions and to stay committed to your vision, even when the path forward isn't easy. The road to your vision won't always be smooth, and there will be challenges, detours, and setbacks along the way. But every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to refine your focus, and to develop the resilience you need to reach your destination. Another critical part of focusing on your vision is eliminating self-doubt. There will be moments when you question whether your vision is too big, too bold, or too unrealistic. You may wonder if you're good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to achieve what you set out to do. But doubt is the enemy of progress. When you allow doubt to creep in, it clouds your vision and prevents you from taking action. Instead, you have to embrace confidence, trust in your abilities, and believe in your potential. When you do, you tap into a power within yourself that can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Focusing on your vision also means taking action. It's not enough to simply have a vision in your mind, it requires consistent, intentional action. Every day, no matter how small, you should be working toward your vision. This action is what bridges the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the bridge that turns your dreams into reality. When you stay consistent with your actions, you build momentum, and over time, even the smallest steps will add up to significant progress. You also need to be adaptable. While it's essential to have a clear vision, it's equally important to be flexible and open to change. Life doesn't always unfold as you expect it to, and your vision may evolve along the way. New opportunities may arise, or unexpected challenges may force you to pivot. But this doesn't mean you're losing focus. It simply means you're growing and learning. Stay true to your core vision, but don't be afraid to adjust your approach as needed. Flexibility is key to staying on course. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on your vision is the sense of purpose it provides. When you have a vision that's deeply meaningful to you, it becomes a source of motivation even on the toughest days. Your vision fuels your passion and keeps you moving forward, even when the world seems to be moving in the opposite direction. It reminds you that what you're doing is bigger than any temporary setback or obstacle. Your vision is what gives you the strength to persevere when others would give up. And perhaps the most beautiful thing about focusing on your vision is that it attracts like-minded people into your life. When you are clear on your vision and committed to pursuing it, you'll find that the right opportunities, mentors, and collaborators begin to show up. People who believe in your vision and who can help you achieve it will come into your life at the perfect time. The universe has a way of aligning with those who are focused, intentional, and purpose-driven. Your vision will create its own momentum and draw in the support you need to make it a reality. In the end, focusing on your vision is about taking control of your destiny. It's about refusing to let distractions, doubt, or the opinions of others keep you from what you truly want. It's about staying true to yourself, staying focused on your goals, and committing to the process of turning your dreams into reality. So make your vision clear, stay committed to it, and trust that every step you take brings you closer to the life you've always imagined. Keep your eyes on the prize, and never let go of your vision, because it's the key to everything you want to create in this life. Rise above the noise, because life has a way of pulling us in many different directions. The noise is constant, the opinions, the distractions, the judgments, the chaos, the criticisms, and the endless chatter that threatens to drown out your inner voice. It's easy to get lost in the noise of the world, to get caught up in the fast-paced rhythm of daily life, to become overwhelmed by all the things that demand your attention. But to truly live with purpose and intention, to truly succeed and grow, you must learn to rise above the noise. The noise comes in many forms. It could be the voices of people around you, family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers who seem to have something to say about your life, your decisions, and your choices. It could be the internal noise, the self-doubt, the worries, and the fears that swirl in your mind, making it difficult to focus on your goals or even trust your own instincts. Or it could be the external noise, the distractions of social media, the constant barrage of news, the expectations of society that tell you who you should be and what you should be doing. All of this noise creates confusion, uncertainty, and a sense of being pulled in a million directions. And the longer you allow yourself to be immersed in it, the further you drift from the person you're meant to be. Rising above the noise starts with recognizing it for what it is: a distraction. It's the distractions that prevent you from hearing your own thoughts, from connecting with your true purpose, from aligning with your vision. The noise tries to take your focus away from what really matters. It pulls you into the drama, the negativity, and the pressure to conform. But the key to finding peace, clarity, and success is to refuse to let the noise take over. You must choose every single day to block it out and stay focused on what you're building, what you're working toward, and who you are becoming. One of the most powerful things you can do to rise above the noise is to understand that not everything deserves your attention. You have to become intentional about what you allow into your life, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, and what you give your energy to. Not every comment or opinion deserves your time or your emotional investment. Not every situation is worth your reaction. The more you let the noise affect you, the more energy it drains from you. The more you react to it, the more you become a part of it. But when you rise above it, you take control of your energy, your focus, and your peace of mind. Rising above the noise also means learning to trust yourself. In a world full of opinions, it's easy to start second-guessing yourself, especially when the noise seems loud and constant. But the truth is that you are the one who knows what's best for you. You have the wisdom within you to make the right decisions. The noise will try to drown out your confidence, your clarity, and your sense of purpose. But the more you trust yourself, the more you align with your inner voice and your true desires, the less influence the noise will have over your life. Trust your instincts, your values, and your vision. Another way to rise above the noise is to cultivate an unwavering sense of purpose. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, when you are deeply connected to your mission and vision, the noise becomes less relevant. Your purpose becomes your anchor, your guiding force that helps you filter out the distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. When you live with purpose, the noise becomes nothing more than background noise, and your clarity and determination rise above it. You also need to learn the art of stillness. In the middle of the noise, the ability to pause, to find moments of silence, and to reflect is invaluable. The world will continue to spin, the distractions will persist, and the noise will never fully go away. But in the stillness, you find your center. In the quiet moments, you reconnect with your inner self and gain the clarity you need to keep moving forward. Stillness is where creativity thrives, where insights are born, and where you can truly hear your own thoughts above the clutter. As you rise above the noise, it's important to remember that you are not in competition with anyone else. The noise often tries to make you feel like you're falling behind, like you're not doing enough, or like you need to compare yourself to others. But comparison only fuels the noise. The truth is, your journey is your own, and it doesn't matter what others are doing. Your path is unique to you, and your progress should not be measured by anyone else's standards. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from the noise of competition and focus solely on your own growth. It's also important to create boundaries. People, situations, and environments that add to the noise need to be dealt with strategically. You don't have to engage in every conversation, attend every event, or respond to every criticism. Creating boundaries helps protect your peace and energy, allowing you to stay focused on what's important. Boundaries are a form of self-respect, and they allow you to guard your mental and emotional space. If something or someone adds to the noise in your life, it's okay to distance yourself, to say no, or to walk away. As you rise above the noise, you also develop resilience. The more you face the noise and learn to ignore it, the stronger you become. You become more capable of handling adversity, more equipped to deal with distractions, and more confident in your ability to stay on track. Over time, you become less reactive and more proactive. You learn to focus on what you can control and let go of the things that are out of your hands. The noise will always be there, but how you respond to it is what matters. Rising above the noise is a conscious choice, one that requires discipline, focus, and inner strength. It means refusing to let the world dictate how you feel, how you act, or how you live. When you rise above the noise, you create space for peace, clarity, and success. You take back your power and align with your true purpose. You stop reacting to the chaos around you and start creating the life you want. So choose to rise above the noise, to stand firm in your own truth, and to live a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. The noise may be loud, but you are louder. Your purpose, your peace, and your vision are what will lead the way. Remember, you control your response. Life is full of situations that are beyond our control. Things happen, people act in ways we didn't expect, and circumstances unfold that seem out of our hands. The world is unpredictable, and at times it feels like we are at the mercy of everything and everyone around us. But the truth is, the one thing that is entirely within your power, that no one can take from you, is how you choose to respond. We often spend too much energy reacting to the things that happen to us, allowing the circumstances of our lives to dictate how we feel and how we behave. We let other people's words and actions influence our emotions, and we allow challenges to dictate our mood. But here's the truth, the key to mastering your life, to achieving peace and success, lies in understanding that you control your response. When you react without thinking, when you allow your emotions to take the wheel, you surrender your power. You let the situation control you instead of taking charge of it. Every time you react impulsively, every time you let anger, fear, or frustration dictate your behavior, you're giving away your peace. You're allowing the noise of the world to disrupt your inner harmony, and you're losing sight of the bigger picture. Instead, practice pausing before you respond. When something triggers you, take a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to assess the situation. This brief pause allows you to take a step back and look at the situation from a place of clarity, rather than reacting out of anger or fear. You can then decide how you want to respond, and your response can come from a place of calm, wisdom, and intentionality, rather than from a place of emotion. When you control your response, you shift from being a passive participant in your life to an active creator of your experience. You become the one who decides how things affect you, how you interpret situations, and how you navigate challenges. You become empowered to take ownership of your emotional state and to choose how you show up in the world, no matter what is happening around you. It's important to remember that controlling your response doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or ignoring how you feel. It's not about pretending that everything is okay when it's not. It's about being conscious of how you respond to your emotions, understanding them, and choosing not to let them dictate your actions. You can feel frustration or disappointment without allowing it to make you act in ways you'll later regret. You can experience anger without letting it control your behavior. You can acknowledge fear without allowing it to paralyze you. The way you respond to challenges is crucial. Life will not always go the way you want it to. People will disappoint you, circumstances will test you, and obstacles will come in your path. But your ability to respond with resilience, to meet each situation with grace, and to maintain your inner peace no matter what happens around you is what will determine your success and your happiness. When you take control of your response, you stop being a victim to life. Instead of feeling helpless when things go wrong, you feel empowered to choose how to handle them. You stop allowing external circumstances to define your internal state. Instead of letting negativity, criticism, or adversity control your emotions, you become the one in control of how you react to those things. This mindset also helps you build stronger relationships. When you choose your responses thoughtfully, you respond to others with empathy and understanding instead of defensiveness or anger. When someone criticizes you, instead of responding in kind, you can choose to listen, to understand their perspective, and then respond in a way that reflects your values and your calmness. When faced with a difficult situation, you can respond with patience and problem solving rather than reacting impulsively or making things worse. Another powerful aspect of controlling your response is the ability to remain focused on your goals. Life will present distractions, people who tell you what you should be doing, unexpected obstacles that try to throw you off course, or even your own doubts that try to pull you away from your vision. But when you understand that you control your response, you realize that none of these distractions have the power to stop you unless you allow them to. Your ability to stay focused, to not let outside forces dictate your direction, is what will keep you on track toward your dreams. We also need to recognize that controlling our response gives us the ability to cultivate peace. In a world full of chaos, it's easy to get swept up in the madness. But by choosing how we respond to life's ups and downs, we protect our peace. Instead of allowing the stress, the anger, or the pressure to overwhelm us, we can remain calm in the face of challenges. We can remain grounded and centered, knowing that we have the power to navigate whatever comes our way with grace and strength. This control over your response also allows for growth. Life will test you, and sometimes those tests will be difficult. But when you understand that you control your response, you start to see these challenges as opportunities to learn. You can choose to respond with a growth mindset, seeing every setback as a lesson, every failure as a stepping stone, and every challenge as a chance to become stronger and wiser. Remember, your response is not just a reflection of the situation, it is a reflection of who you are. The way you respond to life's challenges, to people's actions, and to circumstances shows the world the strength of your character. When you choose to respond with integrity, with kindness, and with wisdom, you reflect the best version of yourself. You show that you are not defined by external events, but by the inner strength you possess to overcome them. So take ownership of your life. Understand that you have the power to control your response to anything that comes your way. Don't allow circumstances, other people, or your emotions to define you. You are in the driver's seat of your own life, and how you respond is the key to your peace, your success, and your happiness. When you master your response, you master your life. In conclusion, the power to shape your life, to maintain your peace, and to navigate the challenges you face lies entirely in your hands. Life will always present obstacles, distractions, and unexpected circumstances, but you control how you respond to them. By choosing to rise above the noise, to take ownership of your emotional state, and to respond with purpose and resilience, you create the life you desire. The way you respond defines who you are and how you move forward. So embrace the power you have to shape your reactions, protect your peace, and stay focused on your vision. Remember, you hold the keys to your own destiny, and every moment offers a new opportunity to take control, to rise above, and to choose how you show up in the world. Keep moving forward with intention and strength, knowing that the most powerful choice you'll ever make is how you respond to life.